Ladies and gentlemen, I take the privilege and honor of requesting our esteemed chief guest, Dr. S. Venkatesh, Director General of Health Services, Government of India, to kindly deliver the convocation address.
Yeah, very good morning to all of you. Dr. Katoch, we are indeed very fortunate to have you as President of the Institute at this crucial juncture, as several initiatives are being taken forward in this institute. I had occasions to interact closely with Dr. Katoch while he was Secretary to the Government of India in the Department of Health Research and also Director General of the Indian Council of Medical Research. Subsequently, after retirement, he had chaired a high-level committee on climate change and health and developed the plan for us to go forward, and he still continues to advise us on the various actions that can be taken to develop institutes to work towards that goal. And your guidance for this institute and mentorship at this level will be very important for the initiatives. Dr. Rakesh Agarwal, Director of the Institute, and Dr. Mrs. Kasturi Agarwal. Dr. Agarwal has taken over as Director of the Institute on 1st of January at a juncture where there had been successive acting directors, including Dr. Vishnu Bhatt, and his taking over will bring to feature many of the schemes that were conceptualized and are still to go forward for implementation. Dr. Rakesh is an eminent medical educationist. He had contributed immensely in the development of the National Program for Prevention and Containment of Viral Hepatitis, and his dynamic approach will contribute to leading the Institute from strength to strength. Dr. R.P. Swaminathan, Dean Academic. I have met with him on a few occasions in the past. I am very sorry to hear that he is superannuating in the month of August. And we hope that his contributions will continue to strengthen the Institute in the months ahead. Dr. Veer Singh Negi, Faculty Academic. Dr. Ravi Kumar Chitoria, Registrar. Dr. M.J. Kumari, Acting Principal of the Nursing College. Dr. Pampal Thai, AMS Coordinator. My seniors in the audience, Dr. Vishnu Bhatt. In fact, when I joined the college, the first persons I met who were staying in my corridor were Dr. Vishnu Bhatt and his roommate, Dr. Ramakrishnan. And he was a mentor for all of us in my batch through the years. Dr. Balachandra, he still retains his old habits. He used to write in turquoise ink as a student, and he still is science in turquoise ink. It's a green color ink. And he and one other senior, Dr. K.H. Sridhar, they always used to make the study plans, and they used to meticulously follow the number of hours devoted for study every day. And this was an inspiration for all of us. My colleagues, Dr. Gautam Rai, Dr. Prakash Chen, members of the faculty, members of the staff, scholars, graduates of various nursing and allied health science courses, award winners today, their proud parents and family members, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, I extend my heartiest congratulations to the Director JIPMER, Principal JIPMER College of Nursing, AMS Coordinator, faculty and staff, and all the graduating students and family members on the occasion of convocation of nursing courses and programs for allied health professionals. I feel honored to stand before you today at this graduation ceremony of this esteemed institution. I would again begin by saying congratulations to all of you. You deserve a big applause. I know it has not been an easy journey because you have gone through a process of rigorous and professional pathway, one that can be successfully completed only through hard work, diligence and determination. The curriculum is very intense and elaborate, yet through the thick and thin and through its joys and challenges, you have all accomplished that, and in the process made our institution and your family proud. Graduating from a prestigious institute that is an institute of national importance adds to the joy of the occasion. JIPMER has always had a cosmopolitan culture from its very beginning because of the all-India nature of the selection. and the faculty also come from different parts of India. This contributes to the excellence in training as well as the excellent staff-student relations. Sometimes it has its hilarious aspects also. We had a teacher from Bengal who always used to talk of Pacha-Pacha relation when he's talking in physiology about endocrine, biofeedback mechanism. We had a professor in neurology. He always used to think in some of the faculty from North India, they used to think in Hindi and speak in English. This professor belonged to Jaipur, belonged to Rajasthan. So he always used to talk of 19-20 difference. Many of my classmates were wondering what is 19-20 difference. Then I told them that is, in Hindi we use the word 19-20 ka farak. That is very small difference. So he always used to say 19-20 difference. So we had our fun also, mimicking our staff sometimes, and even in annual functions and all that. Earlier we used to have the functions in Banting Hall. Banting Hall used to be the place where we rest with the university in the examinations. It also used to be the place for student and college functions. And on a lighter note, some of the medical faculty also found a better house from the nursing side. We had Dr. Chatterjee and his wife, who was deputy matron at that time. And then we have examples, Dr. Gautam Rai is there, Dr. Prakash Chand is there, who also have a better house for the nursing profession. As an alumnus of this institute, I am fully aware of the rigor of the academic program and how it ensures that every graduating student is expected to be the best in the profession. I have taken classes for some of the allied medical science courses like BMRSC as well as BSc MLT, and recently I was involved with Dr. Gautam Rai in preparing the curriculum for the MPH program. So I know the effort that goes into the training activities in this institute. Everyone looks up to you for leadership, and all of you should mentally prepare yourself for the same. Nursing is a profession particularly in which the element of service to humanity is very strong and is characterized by distinctive traditions, skills, knowledge and values. The foundation of nursing practices is caring for the health and well-being of individuals and communities. You are essentially transforming systems so that no person is left behind or without access to care or impoverished because of the need for health care. Efforts to prevent, promote and sustain health depend on your strength, capacity and capability and the multidisciplinary team of which you form a part. As nurses, you provide support with complex conditions and work with people on the entire length of their life journey from birth to death. For those interested in pursuing teaching, always remember that as a faculty, you will be seen as a role model. It is not only your teaching which shapes your students' careers, your good conduct and behavior also have a direct impact on them. The world is becoming a smaller community every day. Technology, communication, modern means of travel are creating tremendous social and cultural diversity. You will find both your patients and professional colleagues to be increasingly diverse in age, class, race and language. In your caring, you must be sensitive and respectful of difference and diversity. You must be prepared to leverage and maximize the advantages of whatever forms of diversity you find in your professional environments. My advice, convert challenges to opportunities. That will take you forward in a big way. Once you become a professional nurse, you have become a leader in whatever setting and position you find yourself. Even though your mission is to care and to advocate, it is also to lead. You can only be the best care provider and the best advocate if you see yourself as a leader and strive to demonstrate required leadership qualities in any organization where you work. To be a good leader, you must be aware of your area of work thoroughly. This calls for continuing education. As a professional nurse, learning must not end at graduation or post-graduation. Learning is for life. You can broaden and strengthen your practice and leadership by continuing your education. This is the surest way to ensure best practice and evidence-based practice to be a confident, reliable, respectable, and effective leader. So make time to read journals and books, listen to news, go to conferences, get an advanced education. You will broaden your career prospects, horizon, and be respected as a leader within and outside the nursing profession. JIPMER should also strengthen the integration of education and nursing services so that highly educated nurses employed in the education side and clinically competent nurses working on the hospital side can complement and supplement each other. This will benefit in effective use and training of nursing students and will help the clinical preceptors and nurses to pass on the training, as well as use of nursing faculty in in-service education of nurses to provide updated knowledge to clinical nurses and ensure that evidence-based nursing is being practiced. Nursing faculty can also contribute in quality assurance initiatives as well as continue quality improvement initiatives. There are several success stories of nurse-led clinics in developed countries and even in our own country. Therefore, JIPMER could consider taking up nurse-led clinics run by postgraduate nursing students under the supervision of the nursing faculty in collaboration with the medical faculty. To begin with, this could happen in diabetic education clinic, palliative care clinic, stoma clinic, where some beginning has already been made, and wound care nursing. This will help reduce the clinical load on the clinicians as well as improve the quality of care provided in these areas. Nursing curriculum at an undergraduate and postgraduate level provides rich knowledge of research methodologies and biostatistics. Thus, nursing faculty are uniquely placed to support the medical faculty and on their own right conduct research. Nursing faculty can collaborate with medical faculty to generate wonderful data and publications for the institute, which will also help the nation. There is a felt need for developing a competency-based curriculum in nursing. JIPMER, with its excellent NTTC-led initiatives, can develop a competency-based curriculum and also provide the leadership in this important area. Production of better caliber of students calls for a strong faculty. JIPMER must invest on the faculty development program both in nursing and allied health sciences. The faculty could be sent abroad for national and international observership or fellowship so that they could learn new things and implement these in the institute, which will go to building the institute. For continuing nursing education, the ministry also provides assistance of 1.65 lakhs per course of 7 days for 30 participants. We could also avail this for conducting a number of programs during the year. Nursing students and faculty can also lead patient education initiatives. Nursing students can be a good resource for patient education, including discharge teaching. Nursing faculty can develop patient education modules which may be uploaded on the institute website for larger benefits. Now, many of the institutions like AIIMS are developing a wide variety of apps which are able to communicate the message effectively to the patients and to the larger community. In clinical skills assessment for nursing students, objective structured clinical examination has proven to be a robust system and one of the best methods of assessment of clinical acumen of healthcare professionals. Therefore, JIPMER must use OSCE in the clinical evaluation in preference to conventional practice examination system. I am glad to know that the College of Nursing JIPMER has plans to start the PhD nursing program this year. If any help is required, we will be very happy to connect you with other institutes of national importance like AIIMS, Delhi, and Institute. In fact, we could arrange for those heads of those programs, directors of those nursing colleges, to visit you next month so that they could have interaction with the faculty in the College of Nursing and identify the areas where the programs can be strengthened and provide some support to you. This starting a PhD program will also augment research in nursing Today, the nation requires data pertaining to nursing discipline for policy making and improving the quality of care. The current dearth of data can be mitigated through programs such as the doctoral program. To provide quality child birth care to mothers and newborns, and to ensure care with dignity and compassion, and promote a positive childbirthing experience, the Government of India has rolled out guidelines for midwifery services. The government and the Indian Nursing Council have finalized educator course for nurse practitioner midwifery and is revising the NPM curriculum from 1 year to 18 months to prepare professional midwives of international standards. Nurse educators training will be initiated from next month. The College of Nursing at JIPMER can take the initiative to start the NPM course to prepare midwives of international standards. Under the Honorable Prime Minister's visionary program Ayushman Bharat, 1.5 lakh health and wellness centers are being commissioned in phases. Since January 2019, we have integrated certificate courses in community health with BSc nursing curriculum to equip the BSc nurses with competencies to work as mid-level health providers at these centers. They can offer the spectrum of expanded services, which also now includes palliative care, non-communicable diseases, eye and ENT, oral health, mental health, and geriatrics. They can bring these services closer to the community, improve the clinical management, effect care coordination, and ensure continuity of care through referral, and improve the public health activities related to preventive and promotive health and the measurements of health outcomes in the population. Post-basic specialty courses, I am happy to know that 6 courses have already been started. We can also start courses in newer areas like psychiatric nursing, emergency and disaster nursing, orthopedic and rehabilitative nursing, midwifery and neurology for training nurses to provide specialized nursing care to patients in the hospital and the community. Also, development of courses in palliative care, renal transplantation nursing, nurse informatics, forensic nursing, and travel nursing can be considered. Another good news, in the central government, the age of superannuation for nursing teaching faculty with MSc in nursing has been increased from 60 to 65 in June 2010. Provided they continue to function as faculty members after the age of 60 years. I would request Director JIPMER to pilot appropriate resolution through relevant institute bodies with the President's guidance so that our faculty in the nursing college will also get the benefit of this revision in the age of superannuation. I am also happy to inform you that recently we have constituted a working group in the ministry to make recommendations on various issues relating to nurses like the cadre structure, pay, promotional avenues, etc. I am happy that JIPMER is harnessing its potential in various areas and is developing into an international research collaboration center. We heard about the MOU with Australia for the College of Nursing. It is hoped that such collaborations will help generate clinical evidences for patient safety, quality assurance, and facilitate our institute in practicing evidence-based care, thereby setting standards. I envision JIPMER becoming a model for health systems through innovations in education, patient-oriented research, population health, and service excellence. As a member of the Board of Governors of the Medical Council of India, I had the opportunity to actively contribute in a number of initiatives. The board has finalized the new competency-based MBBS curriculum, which is being rolled out from the upcoming academic session. It conforms to global trends. The curriculum is more learner-centric and gender-sensitive. It stresses on medical ethics, better doctor-patient relationship, outcome-based, and environment-appropriate learning. The curriculum, apart from the various medical colleges, is also being introduced in the new aims. And I'm very happy that JIPMER is also introducing the new curriculum. For regulation and standardization of education and services for allied and healthcare professions, a bill has been introduced in Rajya Sabha. It provides for setting up of an Allied and Healthcare Council of India and corresponding state allied and healthcare councils which will play the role of standard setter and facilitator for professions of allied and healthcare. The council will cover 15 major professional categories, including 53 professions in allied and healthcare streams. We hope that this bill would be enacted by the Parliament in the coming session. This will directly benefit around 8 to 9 lakh existing and allied and healthcare professionals in the country, besides others graduating and joining the workforce. Graduates of 2017 and 2018, I encourage you to be trustworthy, be good leaders, encourage trust in others. Some leadership qualities which you should inculcate are sincerity, honesty, consistency, dependability, communication that is open, accurate and timely, competency in decision making and mutual goal setting. Develop a high esteem for yourself, nurture your potential and believe in yourself. Be active researchers, innovators, thinkers, in addition to being lifelong students of your chosen discipline. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in all your professional endeavors and all the very best for life. Be the future leaders of nursing and allied health professions so that we will all be proud of each one of you. In the words of our beloved statesman, scholar, Bharat Ratna Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, I quote, "Climbing to the top demands strength, whether it is to the top of Mount Everest or to the top of your career. You have to dream before your dreams can come true," unquote. I wish you all the very best in achieving your dreams. Last but not the least, I commend the faculty and staff for the crucial contributions in shaping and nurturing these vital human resources for health for the nation. I wish you all success.